Hello everybody and welcome to the second episode of A Song and a Lick. And as in the first episode, I'm going to teach you a melody, a solo starter and a hip lick for one specific song that I'm going to be working on in this particular video. And the song for this second video is going to be Strasbourg Saint-Denis, one of really my favorite songs to play. It was written by a very famous still living trumpet player, Roy Hargrove. If you don't know who that is, check him out. And let's get started with the melody.
I call this one Strasbourg Saint-Denis. It's a fun place.
Yeah, sounds cool, right? Really funky, really jazzy, really poppy at the same time. Really easy, nice, catchy melody. So a really nice song to play, and also quite an easy song to play. It sounds kind of staccato, it sounds kind of fast, but it's really quite easy to do both on the tenor and the alto. So that's one of the reasons why I chose this song for you guys. Now, of course, you can read the finger charts here next to me again, and let's just run through the melody to start. So the first line, the first melody line is going to be. Now it sounds kind of fast, but it's really quite easy. I'll do it very slowly now so you can see what's going on. And after that first line, we're going to the second line, which is exactly the same as the first one. But you might want to include what we call a pro beat or a 4-beat, which is one little note, little approach note into the melody. So the second round, you'll be playing instead of just, you include that little before note. So if you combine the two together, it'll sound like. Now then we get a little so a third time that same line, and then so one more time that last part. And that's it, that's the melody. So that whole thing, the first two lines, the kind of little in-between part, then the third melody line and the fourth kind of different last part of the melody makes up for the total melody, and is played twice before we go into the solo. So 2 rounds through the very short harmonic progression, which is also included, by the way, via a link in the comments. If you want to know the chords to this, you can get that there. And we play 2 little rounds, and then we go into the solo. And something that there isn't really a notes for this song, but usually when you see Roy Hargrove playing it in one of his concerts, he will move up into the melody instead of down on the second go around, right before they're going into a solo. So they'll play something like, instead of, they'll play something like. Something like this, and then they go into the solo. So that is the melody. Time for the solo starter. Now I think I got a pretty cool solo starter for this one, so let's take a look at it, how it sounds first. Etc, etc. So that sounds pretty cool, right? Let's do it in detail and go through it step by step. You can look again at the finger charts here. Let's make it happen. So the first, well, let's start with the last phrase of the melody. Of course, you're coming from here. And then we go. Pretty simple phrase. I'll do it slowly again one more time. Now we repeat that another time, and then we play a third phrase which is very much like it, but then we start to, you know, add some other things to it. So we'll start in the third phrase. Yeah, so one more time. And then we go. And that's the end of the solo starter. So one more time slowly. And then of course you can do really whatever you want and really jump into your own part of the solo. But that's the solo starter. So I'll play the whole thing through one more time. Here we go. And then of course you can go into your own solo. Which brings us to the last part of this video, the hip lick for Strasbourg Saint-Denis. Now this hip lick is something that you can play instead of that, we're going to be playing. Now admitted, this is a bit of a trickier one, but it sounds really cool and it's actually really quite doable to play. So just practice it note by note, you know, 2-3 notes at a time until you're good at those little, you know, 1-2-3 note brackets, and then stick them together until you can do it. So again, it comes instead of. We play. So now very slowly. Yeah, that's it. So just run it through a few times. Make sure to do 1-2-3 notes. And you know, really focus on doing this very fluently and slowly, and you'll find that if you're very precise at practicing this, doing it very slowly, you'll pretty quickly be able to get the whole line in. Now it's sort of a one breath line, so especially for the beginners out there, probably you'll have difficulty to breathe through that whole line the first few times, which is okay. Just keep practicing with it, you know, keep extending your breath, and at some point you'll find out that you can play that entire line with just one breath of air, playing through that whole thing. But it's okay to, you know, stop and breathe while you're practicing this until you know, get through it. So that's absolutely fine. Just feel confident about that. And that's it again for this episode of A Song and a Lick here on HelloSaxophone.com. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Of course, be sure to like the video and be sure to subscribe to my channel to make sure that you never miss any of my new videos when I put them online. If you want to know the chords to this song, to maybe make a little play-along recording with an app like Band in a Box or B-flat Real Book, you can find the chords in the comments in the description of this video. So be sure to check that out. And well, I just hoped that you like this video. If you have some ideas for future videos, by the way, songs that you would like me to include in this series, make sure to put them in the comments below, of course. And I guess that's it. I wish you a very nice day, and have some fun practicing this. And I hope to see you again in the next A Song and a Lick here on HelloSaxophone.com.